Hey gang, Professor RZFeeser here, and in today's video we're talking about Python conditionals, if, elif, else. We're also going to start focusing on some of the types that exist, some of the basic common types inside of Python. Now this is part of an ongoing series. If you find yourself following along and getting a little lost, go back and watch the previous videos. They will help out a bunch. Find yourself signed in to GitHub. Find yourself in the repo you're using to do work. Click on Code. And if you come up on the local tab, click on Codespaces. Create a Codespace or connect to one you currently have running. I'm going to right-click New Tab. Otherwise, it'll seize this current tab that I have. This comes up. It looks like I had a tab open previously. I'm just going to close that. No big deal. The README, neither here nor there. You can close that. You don't need anything open. We're going to start, hover over Learning Python via Code, hit the New File button, and we'll create a new file. Let's call this one Conditionals, conditional-if.py. And hit enter. Let's go ahead. We'll give ourselves some space to work. Let's start with the shebang. Remember, user bin env python. It's okay to do user bin env python. That's probably the best incantation, the best version of it. User bin python, that's fine as well. Remember, this is for ultimately a Linux interpreter, like a bash shell, is going to see that and go, oh, I'm going to find this tool, Python, and I'm going to throw this script to it to run. We're going to do 3 double quotes and just write up here a little bit about what our script does. Learning about conditionals, that's great. Remember, we always define a main function, which means we need to indent. 4 spaces is standard. We're going to put another documentation string. One goes under every function definition. So technically, one needs to go here. Runtime code or something. Any comment is going to work to check that box. All right, let's start in with creating some names and some data that we can work with. Let's say sky is equal to blue in double quotes. Now also sky equals single quotes blue would have worked, but I chose double quotes there. Sky is a variable. It's being assigned a string, so it's a variable containing a string type. Let's then create a conditional. Let's say if, well, when we talk about conditionals, if, it's a test. We're asking, does something evaluate as true? True or false? Evaluation is what we're going to try to do. So it's interesting. We could say if sky equals, that means test. We don't want to reassign sky a value. We want to test it now. If sky is equal to blue, colon, enter, we're going to print, looks like the sky is blue. Now what's interesting is because sky exists, it actually will test true if we just do something like this. If sky, colon, looks like sky exists. Looks like the sky exists there. So that's 2 different evaluations. This is check if sky has a string value of blue. And down here, we're just checking if sky exists. Hey, that's enough for right now. So let's do an if underscore underscore name underscore underscore equals equals double quote underscore underscore main underscore underscore double quote at the end, and then main down at the bottom. It's about 19 lines. There they all are. Remember how to run our code. Upper right corner, we can hit the run Python file. And down at the bottom, it looks like we have looks like the sky is blue and looks like the sky exists. That's what we predicted. Now let's go ahead and continue on here. Let's do another kind of test. Let's set sky now to, how about 5? Or 99, that's a fun number. Sky is equal to 99. I'm going to replay. Let's just copy these lines. Let's test again, right? If sky, well, sky exists, right? So it has a value of 99 at this point. It's no longer a string. It's now a integer. It's an int. But it's still going to say looks like the sky exists. So we're going to hit play on this one. Aha, I got a sky is blue, I got a sky exists, and I got a second sky exists. That's what we predicted. Now, here's the problem with if. We call this the simple if statement sometimes. The issue, let's suppose we wanted to test, is the sky blue or is the sky 99? Test if sky is blue or 99. Well, we already have this one, so we'd want to say down here, if the sky equals blue, then looks like the sky is blue. And then under that, we could say, if sky equals 99, looks like the sky is 99. And then the last one, we're just going to say if sky. And I'm going to print here, looks like sky exists. Now the problem, I said there's a problem. Maybe it's not a problem, it's just a design consideration. If we run this, sky cannot be blue and 99. So I would agree only one of these two is going to trigger. However, in all cases, it's going to say the sky exists. Right? This is not a choose one. This is choose every one that matches. If the sky is blue, that matches and this matches. If the sky is 99, that matches and this still matches. The real problem here is not so much that I can't have a in all other cases, which is sort of what we might think of just, hey, as long as sky exists in all other cases, if it's not 99 or if it's not blue. It's that by using this simple if repetitively, you are eventually going to make a design problem mistake as a programmer. You're not going to execute the logic properly. So I think I have a good example of that here. Let's just run this much. We're going to see that at the end now. We see a sky is blue, exists, 99 exists. Good. That was skipped. 99 and if sky, that ran. Well, if we wanted to transform this into a choose one, then realistically we can't just say if sky down here. You know, sky can only be blue, sky can only be 9. Really, we want to say here, if sky not equal to blue, and if sky and sky, you only say if once, sky not equal to 99, and sky. So here I'm trying to say, I really probably don't need the and sky at the end. But it won't necessarily, and I'll tell you why. if sky is not blue, and if sky is not 99. Well, in order to test sky is being blue or sky is 99, sky would have to exist. If it doesn't exist, it's going to cause an error. So if sky didn't exist, we'd error out on line 25, way above this. So you know what? Just for simplicity, I'm going to get rid of that last piece. Now we just have if sky is not blue and sky is not 99, looks like sky exists. We could even add here, but it is not blue or 99. That's all with simple ifs. I'm going to hit run Python file. Okay, sky is blue. Sky exists, sky exists. We got a single sky is 99, but we did not trigger this last one. That's what we wanted. We could trigger that last one. All we'd have to do is set sky to above here. We could say sky is equal to orange. And suddenly now, sky is single equals. Sky equals orange. If we run this, it will not be blue. It will not be 99. And it won't be blue or 99. So it'll say, looks like sky exists, but it's not blue or 99. And that's what we got. Sky is blue, sky exists, sky exists. Sky exists, but is not blue or 99. Now, let's write the best code we could write if we really wanted this kind of evaluation. Let's use if, elif, or else. Use if, elif, and else, we'll say. So if sky is equal to blue, we want to say the sky is blue. We're going to change this if to elif. Else if the sky is equal to 99, looks like the sky is 99. What we can do now is greatly simplify this and change this to a simple else, because it does mean in all other cases. So if sky is blue, looks like the sky is blue. If sky is 99, looks like the sky is 99. In all other cases, looks like the sky exists, but is not blue or 99. We're going to get that a second time because I didn't erase the first block. That's it using simple ifs. This is the same it's the same logic. Just understand technically we have a situation where three things could be true. Here, only a single thing could be true. You have to choose one. And they're evaluated from top down. You stop the evaluation when you hit on something. So I'm going to run Python file. And once again, sky is blue, sky exists, sky exists. Sky exists, but is not blue or 99. Sky exists, but is not blue or 99. We got it a second time. So there you go. That's an introduction to simple conditionals, right? We looked at really how to set a variable to either integer or to a string. And then we performed tests. We use if to describe the test we wanted to perform, if this condition is true or false. And then we described the test with the equals equals. We wanted to evaluate, is sky containing a value of a blue string? Is sky containing a value of an integer 99? Is sky existing but not blue or 99? The if, elif, else links together ideas, and you want to strive to use that. Let's go ahead and commit. Remember to commit over on the left. We hit the lines with the circles around it. We should have one file. If you have other files in there because you were doing previous work, make sure you commit everything before you're done. We're going to hit the plus sign on that file. It's added. And we're just going to say if, elif, else is fine. We'll hit commit. Sync changes. We'll say OK. That pushes us up there. Finally, back to our repository. Hit refresh. And we should see our additional file in there, conditional if. Wow, gang. If, elif, else. Couldn't be simpler. Remember, every line's going to end with a colon, and because it ends in a colon, you got to indent the next line. You can have more than one line of code to execute under those if, elif, and else statements as well. Just keep them indented if they're all part of the block that you want to trigger when the conditional is evaluated as true. Gang, this isn't the last time we're going to see these, so hit like and subscribe. Join me on the next episode of Code with Feeser.